Okay, so first you want to make sure you have placed, using that place button, all of your 3 components here. And then your first instinct is going to go to the mating part, but you have to make sure you do not do what I'm doing right now and cancel. We need to first ground or pin our pegboard so it doesn't move around. To do this, you should see a little pin next to it. If you don't, right click on pegboard or whatever you named it and hit grounded, and then a pin shows up. Now I can no longer move it. No matter how hard I try, I can move the pieces all around, but I cannot move the board. Now we can go to the mating, and that's in constraints, and you have this 1 and 2 because every time you mate something or constrain it, you need 2 pieces to stick together. So for the sphere, you're going to click on the round peg, and you should see this dotted line, and it says axis. And then when we click on that, we want to now click into the hole. Okay. Again, for the rectangular peg is harder because it has multiple sides. So we're going to pick the edge. Okay, so I want to make it white. Click on the edge, and then you want to click on an edge inside the hole, like a corner edge, but you might have to rotate so you can see it. So I want to put this one, so I'm going to stick it in there when it's white and apply. Now if you look, if I X out of here and you look, I can move the round peg up and down, and that's it. I can take it in and out of the hole. However, for my purple one, my rectangular one, you can see I can spin it around the axis that I mated it to. So it can go in and out, but it can also go through the board, and we do not want that. So we need to actually add in a second constraint to the peg and the square hole. So we're going to go to constraints, and I'm going to pick this side of the square peg, and I'm going to turn the shape around so I can see part of where I want to constrain it to. Now, it doesn't look like it's inside, but it is going to fit in there. And now when I put it in, no matter what way I turn to move the peg, it will only go in through the square hole. So then we can go back to home, and we want to hit save. And I'm going to name this pegboard 2. Okay. Next thing we need to do is start working on the legs. So what we're going to do, we are going to go to create at the top to create a new component. It says to call it end. I'm actually going to call it legs so I know what this is. It should be standard IPT, and then hit OK. So then the next thing you're going to do is click on the front of your pegboard. So the front pegboard should be the long skinny part. If it's not, no matter what, that's the part you need to click, is this long flat skinny part. Once you do that, it should go into ghost form. So the materials that were there look like see-through now, because we're going to work around them. And then we're going to go to Start 2D Sketch. So we'll click on that. Oops, hold on, sorry. Start 2D Sketch. And then once you do that, you want to choose the XY axis, or XY plane. So make sure you've chosen that. Don't click on the surface. I was telling some of you before to do that. Don't do that. Then you're going to project geometry and click on that plane again. Okay, where that front view. Then click the line tool and go to the very corner. You might want to zoom in to where it turns green and click. When you drag in, you want to make sure it says 180 degrees, and you're going to just type in 0.375 because that's from the edge to the inside is how far we want to go. Then we're going to go up. It doesn't tell you how far to go up. I'm going to make mine 0.75, but again, you want to make sure that it's 90 degrees. It needs to be a straight line. Type in 0.75 and enter, and then zoom out. It says to go across 0.75, so type that. Now you have what you want to put here is up to you. I'm going to make mine 3 inches. Again, make sure it was 90 degrees. This part has to be 0.37 or 0.75 rather. And then you want to go up. It should be 1.5. And then in 0.375. And then connect to our original green dot, 0.75. Then we can finish our sketch. And once we have that, we're going to want to extrude. So we need to go to 3D model. If it doesn't do it automatically, hit extrude and click on what you want to extrude. We want to make sure it's going back along the side of our pegboard, and we should have it to be 3 inches. Okay, so if we click our home view, we can turn the cube around. You can see that this fits around that blue pegboard. This would be a good time to color yours. I forgot to do that, but this would be the point to color that pegboard, that leg rather. Okay, hit save. I'm going to do it through here. Just make sure you save the leg. Okay, next, what you're going to do is apparently wait a second. Anyway, so now you're going to click on, no, and no. I don't know what I'm looking for here. Sorry, guys. No, you want to click on assembly 3 or whatever your assembly name is so that everything, there's no more ghost form, and that'll get you back where you need to be so that you can place the other leg for the other side. So if you just go to place, because you already created it, so you don't have to draw it out again, find what you named it. I called mine legs, and then place it, click once, and then hit escape. So now basically all you need to do, even though it's facing the other direction, is mate the pegboard to this leg. So go to constrain. And again, we want just in mate mode. I'm going to turn it so I can see things a little better. I'm going to click the inside to the outside of the pegboard, and it automatically flips around. And I apply that, but you can see that it's not flush. So you might need to click it a couple more times to make that happen so that they are mated. So that was not going to work perfectly. So it's up to you, just trial and error, but make sure you want it so that eventually it will no longer move. So if I click over here, it's actually going to move the whole thing over there. That's not going to work. So I'm just going to hit cancel, but you get the idea.